To cache the Bill.com API webhook, you need to understand the basics of webhooks and caching. A webhook is a callback function that is triggered by a specific event. In this case, the Bill.com API. Caching is a process of storing frequently accessed data in memory to reduce the number of requests made to the API. First, you need to set up a webhook with Bill.com API. This involves registering a URL with Bill.com that will receive the webhook notifications. Once the webhook is set up, you will start receiving notifications from Bill.com. To cache these notifications, you will need a caching layer. This can be done using a caching library or a caching service. Some popular caching libraries include Redis and Memcached. You can also use caching services like AWS ElastiCache or Google Cloud Memory Store. Next, you need to decide on a caching strategy. There are two main caching strategies: cache aside and read through. Cache aside involves caching data after it is retrieved from the API, while read through involves caching data before it is retrieved from the API. To implement caching, you will need to write code that stores the webhook notifications in the cache. This can be done using a programming language like Python or Java. You will need to use the caching library or service to store and retrieve the cached data. For example, if you are using Redis as your caching layer, you can use the Redis client library to store and retrieve the cached data. You can store the webhook notifications in Redis using a key value pair, where the key is a unique identifier for the notification and the value is the notification itself. Best practices for caching the Bill.com API webhook include setting a time to live for the cached data, handling cache misses, and implementing a retry mechanism. Setting a time to live ensures that the cached data does not become stale. Handling cache misses ensures that the application does not fail when the cached data is not available. And implementing a retry mechanism ensures that the application can recover from failures. In conclusion, caching the Bill.com API webhook involves setting up a webhook with Bill.com API, implementing a caching layer, deciding on a caching strategy, writing code to store and retrieve the cached data, and following best practices. By caching the Bill.com API webhook, you can reduce the number of requests made to the API, improve performance, and increase reliability.